Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel on Unique Pages with Fortunate. Here we meet again on another official episode. The previous one was an introductory episode, and this is first of the best and official ones where we'll be interacting together on Unique Pages with Fortunate. This is your host, Fortunate Malumane. And today I will be talking to you about something I have learned 11 years ago. Of course, 11 years ago. That's what happens when you hold on to wisdom taught by smart people. So let me get into the story that what did I learn 11 years ago and what happened? So let's dive into the conversation together. I remember back in 2017, I was doing grade 10. So they took I don't remember if it was top 5 or top 10 of the best achieving students, of course, to a workshop. So on the workshop, they arranged we were there to meet with different learners from different high schools together with their teachers. So we got there at this beautiful lodge. It was so beautiful. It was so amazing. And we interacted with other students from other high schools, of course. And there is this one female teacher who delivered a motivation, and trust me, it still stuck with me today. And this is what I will be talking to you about today. This is what I will be delivering to you today. I think about this every single day. So she stood up and she delivered a motivation, and she eventually said, "Girls, this one is specifically for you, okay? You see, there is nothing as painful as just giving yourself away, to boys, and they make you pregnant and you're not even working, you don't even know what to do with your life, and there is someone who got you pregnant, the child is suffering. She said then, it's so painful as a parent to see other kids, planned kids from good families, with smart parents that actually made the right decisions when they wanted to start a family. And there is your child that other kids abuse. And there is your child that your child has to be a servant to other children. And when they play, other kids be like to your child, "Hey, push me with my bike, I'll give you a taste of my Danone. Push me with my scooter, I will give you a piece of my cheese." And your child has to be a servant to other kids in order to taste good things. Your child has to be a servant to another woman's child, which woman was so smart to plan good life for their kids. A woman who never just randomly fell pregnant for any idiot out there who's not even taking responsibility of their child. And she then said, "Do you know how beautiful it is to, as a woman, to get married, be financially stable, and actually plan to have a child with your husband? Do you know how beautiful it is to work at a shopping mall, pushing a baby stroller, walking with your husband, not giving bare minimum to your child, but giving everything, the best to your kids, giving them the best life? Do you know how beautiful that is? Do you know how that feels?" And as ladies or as girls, that's the kind of life you should be dreaming about. That's the kind of life you should be aiming for. You cannot be going around and just as a young lady and just falling pregnant to every Tom, Dick, and Harry you come across on the road, and you end up being a baby mama. You end up being why? And you have to see your child every single day suffers. You have to see a child being a servant to other kids who are well planned, to other kids whose parents actually made the right choices in their lives. Her words stuck with me. Her words stuck with me till this day. Like they motivate me to get up even when I don't want to. I'd be like, if I am not doing this for myself today, I want to do this for my future kids. And I promised myself that no matter what, I want to give this beautiful life to my kids. No matter what, I will stop at nothing. And from then I told myself that, hey, I want to be stingy with my womb. I want to be stingy with my womb. The worst thing I can do for myself is to allow a random dude out there to plant a baby in my womb. That's not going to be me. I made a promise to myself that I owe no guy, no child. The only person who will be able to have a privilege, and I call it a privilege by purpose, a privilege to access my womb will be the man who has put a ring on this finger, will be a man I'll call my husband, having a child that we actually sat down together and planned. You get me? And I told myself that's the kind of a girl I want to become. Baby mama? Nope, out of the way. There is no guy out there who will have the privilege to call me his baby mama. Like, no ways. No ways. I refuse. There is no guy out there who will have a privilege to say, this is my baby mama. Baby mama who? Come on, girls. And that's when I noticed that, you know what? As she spoke, I envisioned everything she said. Like as she spoke, I envisioned everything she said. I created that lifestyle in my head. I created that environment in my head. And every single day, it plays like a story. It plays like a fairy tale. And I was like, until I live the reality of it, I'm not going to stop at nothing. Until I live the reality of that, I'm not going to stop at nothing. And believe me, till this day, she delivered this motivation 11 years ago, back in 2017, till this day. I'm 24, okay? I am 24. I don't have a child, never, ever been pregnant before, never even had a miscarriage, never even terminated, because I told myself there are lots of prevention methods out there, contraceptives are out there, okay? There is no way I would just decide to go and make a baby. Like, what could be so special about the guy who must have a privilege to call me a baby mama? No. I told myself, I'm not going to do that for myself. Come on. I'm not going to do that for myself. Like, I'm so precious, so beautiful. I'm so smart. I'm gorgeous. Come on. I'm a diamond. And anyone who wants to claim this must put in the work, okay? Anyone who wants to claim this must put in an effort. There is no way I would just give away myself cheaply like that, especially falling pregnant for a guy. I mean, under what cost? Why are we ladies doing this to ourselves? You're not employed. The guy you're dating is not employed. You are struggling to make ends meet on your own. Okay, you're still struggling to buy a nice t-shirt to yourself, yet you go around making babies. How are you supposed to support that child? And when you see your child pushing the child next door in their precious scooter in order to get a piece of cheese, you start saying life is unfair? No. It's the poor decision makings that has caused that child to be a servant to another child. It's your lack of waiting, your lack of hard work, your lack of planning, and your poor decision making that got you where you are. Because strongly, I believe everyone has a chance or a choice. Everyone has a choice. I personally made a choice for myself that there is no way I'm going to fall pregnant. Absolutely no way. For what? For what? You get my point. So I wish if, and especially in this generation or in this era we live in, there are lots of beautiful, successful women out there who serve as motivations that, hey, it is possible. You understand? And if we want to overlook that and think that can happen to certain people, really? That is just like mentality of laziness, the way I see it. Okay? Of course, I'm not saying we all have to succeed through education. There are lots of ways people can make it. And I'm not saying become rich. No. But make wise decisions. That's my chat. Make wise decisions. You don't have to have so much, no, but make the right decisions. And few years after that motivation, few years later, I then was scrolling on social media. I think it was on Instagram. And then I see this beautiful lady. She was walking out of her double-story mansion, okay? And she was pushing her first child in a baby stroller, and she was married. And she then opened the door of her dream car. You get me? And I was like, yes, this is the life we are aiming for. This is the life we are aiming for. I believe everyone is capable of succeeding, guys. We just need to be creative. We just need to be smart. We need to try harder. If you want to give up on yourself and say, it's not in me, education is not for everyone, says who? Of course, if you know you're not smart academically, there are plenty of things that you can do. There are plenty of options out there. And if you just want to sit there being lazy and think that everyone owes you anything, and you think that other kids out there owes your child something, no, it doesn't work that way. Honestly, it doesn't work that way. I believe we women can do so much for ourselves. And especially in this era, women are thriving. Women are succeeding, okay? They are business owners. Like at this moment, women are fighting for careers, are fighting for PhDs, masters, owners, bachelors, are fighting to go to university, are fighting to prosper, are fighting for good cause. And there is still another girl out there who's still fighting for a man, still taking another girl's number from your unfaithful, unloyal boyfriend, and still confronting another girl that, what are you doing with my man? Really? Is that a kind of a battle you want to fight as a lady? I believe we can fight so much better battles. There are lots of battles that we can fight as women that actually suit us. Battle of career, battle of success, battle of making money, battle of promotion, battle of academics. Those are the kind of battles we should be fighting as women. Especially look, in this era we live in, there is still a girl out there sitting on top of another girl, hitting her because of a dude. Someone who couldn't even care to be loyal to you. I think at some point we need to reconsider the things that we do. You know, self-love. Come on, guys. Come on, ladies. Come on. Let's love ourselves. Be stingy with yourself, okay? Be stingy with yourself. Love yourself so much that you tell yourself that I am a queen. And anyone who wants to claim this has to show it. Has to show it. Don't just be that random person whom you don't even know yourself if life is going this way or it's going that way. No, have some direction as a woman. Okay? Going out there and making babies for men, different men, isn't going to help you with anything. And when those men leave, we start making them like they're villains. Of course, I'm not saying all of them are good people, and I'm not saying all of them are bad, and I'm not saying all of them are good. But sometimes we as women have the ability to control certain things from not happening to us. Yes, if you ever prevented, we'd be talking a different story. If you made right choices, if you ever bothered to make good decision making in your life, would be talking a different story. I just wish if we can be those women who love ourselves so much. Come on. There is no girl in her right state of mind who just want to wake up and want to become a baby mama. Really? I don't think anyone wants that. Like you need to wake up and look at yourself in the mirror every morning and be like, yes, this is me. Me, baby mama, that will never be my title. Okay, own yourself. Come on. Own your character, own your personality, own your body, own your mind, own your soul, own your choices, own your decisions. Okay? Make the right decisions. There is nothing that really makes me mad. That's what I'm saying, especially in the life that we live in. There is nothing that makes me mad in this era than a girl who still makes poor decisions. And I'm talking about permanent decisions that are going to affect your life so bad. And you just look at this person and be like, are they okay in their mind? Are you okay? We deserve better. A man cheats on you, walk away. Okay? Most importantly, do not gamble with your womb. That we don't do. Do not gamble with your womb. That womb is precious. It's a very beautiful garden that no man, except he be your husband, that no man must have the privilege or access to plant a seed there. Your womb must be a precious garden. Like protect it and guard it and say, this is my safe space. This is a home of my unborn kids. Okay? Be that girl who loves it. Let's love ourselves so much. Let's love ourselves better. All right? Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, ladies. We can do this. We can create a better world for ourselves. We can create a better future for our kids. We can do that. Let's make wise decisions. Let's fight to succeed. That stubbornness you are carrying in your head, use it to succeed. Never allow yourself to fail. Tell yourself that no matter what, I am stubborn to fail. I'll never allow failure to walk over me. Be stubborn. Be eager. Like have that hunger to make it. It doesn't matter how you make it. Okay, making it doesn't require you to drive that G-Wagon. Making it is to at least get where you want to be. At least be financially stable. At least have a job. Have something. You know your capabilities. I don't. Because I also aim my goals according to my capabilities and what I know I can do. You know what you can do. Therefore, plan accordingly. Okay, let's be those women who create a better space, not only for ourselves, but for our future and for our generations. Well, as I always say on this unique pages with Fortunate, that every season is a story written. Now, thank you so much for listening to this episode. I believe you'll find it motivational. I believe it will help you to at least make better decisions from now on going forward, okay? I believe you will start loving yourself even more. If you were already on this journey with me, continue. That's the way. So thank you so much for watching. This is Unique Pages with Fortunate. As I always say, I repeat, every season is a story written. Everything is possible. You are capable, you are able, and you can do this. Let's meet again on the next episode. And this is Fortunate signing out. See you on my next video.